Afternoon, folks, and welcome. Right, what we're on now, we're on the Peto Scott radiogram from the 1950s. This was purchased in 1959. Purchased this off eBay, and what you see is basically the chassis. And it's a good chassis, this. It's nice and solid, it's clean. The valves need a bit of a dusting, but other than that, this is completely original. It's a one owner from new unit, this. It's actually been in the same family for, well, since it was new. The guy that dropped it off said to me, he said, last time I seen it, he said, last time I seen it running, he says I was 21, he says, I'm now in my 60s. So, you know, but he said it was, his parents' pride and joy when they bought it, and, you know, yeah. And I thought it was cheap shit, to be honest, because I've never heard of them, but look at this chassis. You know, this is far. Let's just take my glasses off so I'll zoom. I'll zoom in. This is. I'm really impressed, and I've had this on the I've had this Variac. I've had it on the Variac, and I've actually had it running, and it does work on all wave bands. So there's not really a lot for me to do. It's got a BSR UA8 changer, auto changer in it, and believe it or not, the cartridge is still good. Still bags of output in the cartridge. How about that one? It's the original cartridge. Bags of output in it. Just turn this round. I have checked this for discharge and there's nout in it. But still, look how well that's made. Look at that. You know, look at the construction of that, folks. That is really, really nice. You know, it's... I mean, there's nothing there that doesn't have to be. And I've taken the glass off. The only downside to this is I've actually gone and broken the tuning dial, the tuning string, so I'm going to have to restring it. But we'll do all the other work on it first, because the restringing, that's going to take some fucking doing, because it has to be done. It has to be done from behind. It has to be done from here. But it has to be done from here. But look how clean the chassis is. I mean, look how nice that is, and that's for the what do you call it valve, the tuning indicator valve, which is burnt out. It's the only valve that is, because all the rest of them apparently work. I'll tell you what the valve lineup is. What we'll do, we'll pull the valves and we'll have a look together, because in all honesty, I haven't looked yet. But I will tell you one thing. That is an EZ81 recce valve. That is a ECC85 FM valve, because it's got VHF on this. It's medium wave, long wave, and VHF or FM. That's an EL84. These ones here I don't know, but we'll. Yeah, we'll. That locks it in, so that must pull it out. There we go. Now what's that one? Oh, bugger me. Yeah, that was my mate from around the corner. Right, where were we? Right, we were examining valves, weren't we? Right, and this one is an ECH81. I may as well wipe the dust off. And that's a replacement, that's not an original. So it's had that replaced because that's got yellow writing on it. And but where's the shielding? Let's give the shielding a wipe. The screening can, give that a wipe. The only trouble with these is, that's it. Get the, oh that's it. No, that's it. Get them to lock in. Right. And this one, I'll tell you what that is. That's one I took out. That's an EMR1. EMR1, and I haven't got any of those. But saying that, I'm saying that's fucked, it might not be. Probably couldn't see it because of the layer of shit that was on it. So the next one, now, do that one, come back to the other fucker in a minute. And this one is an EABC 80. That's probably an original. It's got white letters on it. Because the numbers were changed. A lot of people think it's a special valve. It's different. It's not. The reason why they were changed it was for warranty reasons. People were taking them back. And how do you determine the warranty of a valve? This one I can't get out. Well, there we are. I'll clean the inner lip of that. There we go. And what have we got here? This will be another E fucking, what do you call it? They're all E. That's an EF89. And all nice and clean, these valves, apart from the ones that have been exposed. Let's give that a wipe. And there we go. Turn it round. Oh, that's it. That's good enough. I mean, really, I'd like to go a bit further around, but I'm not running the risk of smashing the valve. That's good enough. There we go. And that one we've checked. And just double check that this is an ECC85 and give it a wipe. Because, yeah, it is. Give it a clean. But not obviously, I don't want to take the fucking numbers off it. So, just give it a quick wash. There we go. Washed all around it except the number. So don't take the numbers off, because I don't want to wipe the silk screen off it. We know what it is anyway, but even so, somebody in the future might not. Now, pop that back in. There we go. EZ81. Recce. That looks a bit shitty. But there again, it looks shitty, but it's dirty. But we'll clean in a minute. You just wipe them gently, so you don't wipe the numbers off them. Which doesn't fucking matter because it's an EZ81 and Most people would know that. Numbers come off that one, I'm not bothered. Oh, pardon me. And lastly, the EL84 audio output. I know there's going to be someone moaning, they can't see him polishing the valve. Suppose you'd want to watch me polish my helmet as well. Just give that a wipe. The numbers come off that and all, I'm not bothered. Because not a lot you can fucking do if the numbers come off them. That's a nice valve, that's actually. Not even black or out, look at that. Look at that. There we go. It's a nice valve. There's bags of output in this as well, because I've had this on. And the cartridge and everything all still works. That's where the speaker connects. That's where the tweeter goes. So what I've had to do, I've had to snip the wires, because getting in there with a soldering iron was a mission. So basically what I've done, I've just snipped the wires to just, that's the volume control, goes on the side, believe it or not. Which in all honesty, I'd like the volume control on the top here, but obviously they've seen the reason why they've had to put it there, so that's where it'll stay. But I've got oh, pardon me folks, I've got a bit of a crappy chest this morning. What I need to do now, right, you get provisions on the back for the gram motor, obviously, pickup, external loudspeaker and tape, and there's a serial number on the chassis, but there's no maker's ID, and there's no back either telling me what the model is, so the back's missing. It's got a made in Western Germany tuner. And in all honesty, I've got to replace the power cord, because obviously that's fucking, yeah, nasty. Anyway, but, and like I say folks, I'm actually quite impressed by how clean this chassis is. I'm impressed by how clean. I'm impressed by the fact that it actually works. And I'm going to have to find a tuning string. I mean, you can, but you can still buy this stuff. You can still buy it, so I just need to find the, what do you call it? What I'll need to do is, what I'm going to do, folks, because I actually have here, so I won't delete it, I actually have a cheap Aldi stills camera. And what I will do, turn the flash on. There we go. And what I'll do, I'll take a photograph of a few photographs. The tuning cord. Hang on, the flash is charging. I think this might be an easy one to string actually. This doesn't look, because there we go. Low battery. Fuck, that battery didn't last long. Okay, now, anyway, what I want to look at, basically we've got the FM tuning string. It's one of those, what do you call it, ones. It's still in one piece, the FM one. And I've worked out, and I'll tell you, I can't believe how nice this is. I've worked out it goes round there, and goes round there, and then comes round the top. I reckon it's going to be an easy restringing. I reckon I can restring that easily. Yeah. I mean, and it's how many times is it round the drive, round the tuning control, the actual control itself? Twice. I know why it snapped, because it's got tangled. It's got tangled there. It goes round there twice, and that's why it's. That's why it snapped, because it's gone round, because it's. That's what's happened, it's gone round there and got tangled. It's a shame you can't join these fuckers, isn't it? Let me just try something. I mean, I'm tying it together, but it won't work. But basically what I want to do is just tie it together. I mean, you can sometimes get away with it. Pull that now. Pull that. There we go. You can, but it's very rare. I mean, I don't think I'll get away with it, but you can sometimes get away with it. So basically you get the bottom. Basically you get the bottom on, where you can get to the bottom. I mean, this is just not going to work, but I actually got this string down on there before, and it'll give me an idea. I'll tell you what, that fucking about trying to do that is a real fucker. Now getting that down there, is a real bastard. There we are, we're all, I think we're on there now. Oh no, we're not. Not far from it though. So we've got a wider screwdriver. We've got that one. But that fucker won't fit. I did actually get it on before I went that day. So I've got all sorts of fucking hooky things. There we are. So we'll get that down there. That hooky thing. There we are. We're anywhere near there. Right. I'll tell you what. Where? No, I thought we were in the wrong place there, we're not. Right, we need this one. That's where we're going wrong. We need to pull this one back up. Yeah, this wants to come back up. So that's good for hooking the strings back up. Look at that. Yeah. Tell you what, you know, they were really well made, these things, back in the day. Not like the shit they make these days. Oh, gaff, there we go. And pull that through and hold it with my hand. Because that oh, now the spring's hooked off. Right, well that. Well, I'm fucking learning out of folks as I go. Let me just pause your beer hours. Now folks, oh guess what? I've restrung the radio. There look. It's a bit sluggish but it's tight. And it's right, that's how it should be. And guess what? When it comes to actually putting a new string on, I know how it's done. And that knot is there, and it actually goes. Look at that. It slips a bit. It slips a bit, but right, why are we snagging now? Because it went all the way up and down a minute ago. Let's have a look. I mean, there's a knot in it, obviously. Oh, that's why it's tangling. It's tangling. Let's try and see if we can. That's what snapped the string before. When it tangled. See, we're not tangled now, but that's what happened. It tangled, and that's what snapped the string. See, that has to stay. On that side. But it all needs a good clean. But that's a bit of slack. All needs a good clean. See, what it does, it tangles there. There we are, that's where it's getting caught there. There we go. At least I know now. This is one thing I know. See, we're getting caught there. Getting snagged on that. See, we get to the knot. We get to where the knot is, and that's it. If you hold the knot away and then go for it, it will work. So, and I know how it's strung now anyway. At least I know how it's strung, and it's okay for testing. I can get some, so I can get some. At least I know. I would just snap the string again, have I? No, I haven't. It's just got tangled. But basically, it's just basically, yeah. Yeah, it's got tangled under there. So pull that round there. Pull that round. Give the drum some assist. There we go. And that's it. And that should be about there, which is the very end. But at least I can test it. I mean, that's not going to be a permanent solution. I wish it was, but it's not, because it gets tangled there. But I can actually, if that drive drum was a bit wider, it would work. That was a bit. I mean, that's actually still quite loose, that. But at least I know. At least I know how the radio is actually restrung. So I can restring it now. I can order the dial cord. Take this off with confidence because I know how it's done. It's a relatively easy one to do. Because I know how this one's done. I can order a new dial cord for it and should sort the problem out. But I've got the glass for this. The glass needs a clean, but you've got to be careful cleaning them as well. And underneath the chassis, I'll give you another look there. I know I already have done, but because I want to do a coffee in a minute, give you another look underneath the chassis. I'll zoom in if I can, and we'll have a look at how clean this actually is. You know, and how unmolested. I mean, it's dusty, obviously, but there we go. You know, it's never been molested. It's got original capacitor. Everything in this is original. I mean, look how clean that is. Look how nice it looks. It's a really well made chassis. And, you know, the knobs all need spraying. Jobs to do. Knobs, dial cord. Just generally check resistors, capacitors. Give everything a go over. There's a lot of these, what do you call it, in it? We can just put me Buddy Ollie's back on. Right, I'll get my pointer. There's a lot of these little square capacitors. I'm not sure what they are. Little, probably 10 of them are mica. I think they might be mica, but there's a lot of, no, not 10 of them, no mine, but they'll be mica. They're little mica ones, they're everywhere. And I believe they're pretty good. There's a Kunz one there that'll have to come out. There's a paper one there that'll have to be done. Paper and wax one there that'll have to be done. I'll just point them out to you if I can. Couple of electrolytics here need to be done. I'm not pointing them out in the right place. There we go. Alright, one here. One here. They'll need to be done. That's my soldering iron transformer. I could hear it at home. And pretty much everything else will be okay. Zoom out a bit. Pretty much everything else should be okay. I mean, yeah. This is. I think I need to try and find the manual. I don't need the manual for the tuning, for the stringing. You haven't got to see the cabinet yet. You know, you'll see that when it's all back together. The guy said that the cabinet was in pretty bad shape, but it's not. The cabinet's not. I actually think the cabinet's pretty nice. It's got scratches on it, obviously. I mean, the thing was made in the 50s. A couple of loose legs. It's got a dampened lid, so the lid comes down nice and smooth, or at least it's meant to. But then it just goes, yeah, right at the end. So that the damper needs looking at. But you know, we're looking at a thing that was made in the 50s. There's a, what do you call it, in here? I'm just going to have a quick look while I'm talking. And even the turntable rubber mat is still nice and supple, although it looks like it could do with a clean. I might get away with turning it upside down actually, using the other side. See, there's a, what do you call it here? I ain't got a clue what this lot is. Ew. Ooh, look at that. Do you know what that is? That, oh, I don't know what it is. That is an EMI Tex cleaning cloth. Oh, I hope nobody's wiped their snozzer on that. Cleaning cloth, micro groove records only. I'll show you that in a minute. And also, while I was in here, I also found. Alright, let's show you what I've got. Right, I found this, which is a sapphire TC8 stylus with a cleaning brush on the back, and that's never been opened. That's sealed. Or at least I think it is. Yeah. Oh no, it's been opened. So that could be an old one. And we've got another one here, which also has a cleaning brush. 2 LP stereo points, which is a GP91. That's a new one. That's new, that bastard. I'll tell you why, because the fucking cartridge is a fucking BSR full-fi. So why somebody would want, yeah. Oh, lovely. Yeah. That's fucking, it's a brandy that's never been used. Lovely. So I got the Radiogram for 30. Last time I bought one of these GP91s, I paid £6, or £7. So, you know, that's I've got some of my money back with that, which is good, because they'll be put away, or at least the GP91 will. And I always keep the stylus cleaning brushes. Try to have one with every record player I've got. Put that up there for now. Right, so what I'll do now, folks, I'll get this video sorted out and uploaded, and you can have a look. And yeah, I thought doing the tuning string on this was going to be a real mission, but it's not. I've got it sussed out. I can do it. Nice, easy one. Anyway, I'm gonna make a brew. I'm gonna look through my shit, and I'm gonna fucking put the lid down on this. The last job on this will be the BSR changer. Well, the last job will be stringing the radio, because while I'm waiting for the string, I can be servicing the tuner, the BSR. I haven't got any tuning string, and I haven't got any scrap radios, but then again, it's not worth nicking one off a scrap radio. If you're going to do it, you may as well put a new string on it. I did have some, but I used it. It went on the blow punt, and the bit what I had left, which would probably have been enough to do that, used for something else. Can't remember what, but it got used. And I know I haven't got any, but you're always better off buying new anyway when it comes to that. So I will buy new string for the radio, and I will do that, and that's simple. Anyway, folks, thank you very much for watching. More to come later. This is part 1 of the Peto Scott monophonic or monaural, as you like to call it. Monaural, get it right. Mono radiogram from 1959 or thereabouts. It was purchased in 1959 or in the 50s. I'd say it's 59, 58, 59. Looking at the deck, maybe a 57. But yeah, lovely old piece of kit, and no distortion in the sound at all. It sounds really crisp and clear. But it'll all be gone over, and certain things like grid capacitors and cathodes and cathode bypass capacitor and all that sort of shit. Anything to do with the valves will all be checked to make sure that the components that are on there are in tolerance, especially the rectifier and the audio output, because they seem to take the brunt of everything. And any electrolytics, apart from the main smoother, I'm not replacing the smoother. The reason why is because there's no hum in it whatsoever. That sounds, when the volume's down, you don't hear nothing. It's as silent as an angel's fart, folks. Anyway, I shall catch you all later, and thanks for watching. And toodaloo!